gonna wait for some people to come in here. Set this up. I can do my other hands free. We're still here. July 6th. Last night sitting out wondering, Braxis, welcome. Sitting wondering, is it San Andreas gonna move tonight? I mean, I heard that there was a 20% chance that the San Andreas was gonna have a major quake overnight. So, I went and got me I'm doing okay. It's like a minute by minute thing. I mean, there for a while last night we were getting hit by a quake. It seemed like every 30 to 45 seconds. So I went on, I downloaded an app. Problem is, with these apps, it's at the mercy of the USGS. And at one point last night, I was on there with a friend, and we noticed that the USGS shut their equipment off. Nothing was coming through. It had been 30 for almost an hour, according to them, as far as, there being a quake in that area, in this area. But yeah, John was doing a live stream, and we had people like, no, it's still going on. It's still going on. It's just the USGS stopped reporting it. So why did they stop? But I got me an app. I don't know how great it is. I can't really get too much. Oh, what the hell? What happened there? Jeez. I'm going to kind of pull it on here. We can take a look. Okay. And I got it filtered so it only does 2.0 and higher. Anything smaller, it won't do it. If it's a 1.9, it's going to overlook it. So there's more than what I'm getting here. Little Lake, 2 minutes ago, 3.2. Another Little Lake, 3 minutes ago, 3.5. Ridgecrest, 2.6, 4 minutes ago. So there's Caso Junction, California, 2.6, 5 minutes ago. And it just reads like this, all the way down. 2.8, 6 minutes, 2.5, 7 minutes, 2.0, 12 minutes, 2.0, 13 minutes, 2.4, 14 minutes, 2.2, 14 minutes. And these are all in the, that area, the desert area. 3.1, 15 minutes, 2.8, 16 minutes, 2.9, 16 minutes, 2.8, 17 minutes. So, and like I said, this is, if it's less than a 2.0, it's not even going to be on here. But that's our big concern right now is, see, and these aren't that far away. These are like, it's not like right next door. They're like 95 miles from here. That's 7.1. I knew it was going to be heavy because that one lasted for at least 20, I'd say somewhere between 20 and 30 seconds. Oh, you're heading to bed, Bridget? I know. You're way over there on the other side. It's probably like, 10 o'clock for you? Or 11 o'clock at night? So thanks for coming in. Colleen, welcome. Let's see who else. Terry, welcome. Yeah, guys, if you want to share this out, be appreciated. But that's our big concern right now, is what is this doing to the San Andreas? Because that's a big fault line. That's like, that's over 800 miles, I think. But it's going to be. I mean, the San Andreas is not. If I can get, it's not going to be like one of these type of earthquakes where it crosses. San Andreas is going to be like this, where it slides. So you imagine it's like you got 800 miles of fault line doing this, and then all the other fault lines around it. What is it going to do to them? I mean, you could have what 15,000 square miles being hit by, um, 6, 7, 8.0. Will it be the 9.0? Will it break a 9.0? Yeah, because I checked the San Andreas, and there was one in '89, and then another one in 2004. That's 16 years. So that was 16 years in between those two. Um, and I think it was close to a 7.0 when the last one. It's 6.8, 7.0, and I was time difference in there was 16 years. Okay, we're sitting at 15 years right now. 2004, 2019. So we're sitting right there. So nothing's happened out there since. So it's had 15 years to build pressure plus, what's all these doing to it? Damn, I think I already dropped my phone. Brand new one. At least I got a glass cover in it, and yeah, it's like all chipped to shit. So at least my screen's still good. Honeybubs, welcome. Nick, welcome. I know there's still a lot of people probably haven't been up. It's like last night I was like sleeping light, and okay, just since my last check, it looks like there's been a couple more out in that area. 2.0 and a 2.7, and they're not very deep. See, one was 4.7 miles, and the 2.7 was 2.6 miles deep. Let's see. Yeah, well, see, that's the thing about earthquake. Compared to like others, if you got a hurricane coming, it's gonna be. You got a chance. It's like, okay, it's gonna be in this area. Even if it's only 30 or 40 minutes. Tornadoes, just you have those big storms. Watch the sky for you got some clouds starting to spin in there. You have a little bit of a warning. Here, the only warning you get is, okay, it's happening now. That's your warning. Dark side, welcome. Yeah, that's your warning. So it's like trying to set up, like, especially when you're in the ground zero, trying to set up. It's like, okay, well, we're gonna this will be our shelter here. All supplies here. We'll have all this here. We'll have that there. Yeah, you can try to do that, but if you have a good one in that area, it's like, can you get to it now? Because there's surface cracks, in the Ridgecrest area, and that whole area. I'm not saying just in Ridgecrest alone. There's been a lot of them there, but it's like people have lost their houses. Fire, surface cracks, ground opening up. And you don't know it's going to happen until it's happening. So I mean, that's what today's going to be like. It's going to be, I'm going to go. Am I going to be going to work today? Will I be able to get to work? I'm pretty sure I will, but it wouldn't take much, the way it's going, it wouldn't take much to drop the power grid out here. So, I mean, you drop the power grid, it's like no running water, no gasoline. Um, so, definitely stock up. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, actually, if you're on the road, you don't feel it as much because you're already bouncing down the road. But that one yesterday, yeah, I felt that. I was standing outside, and it's like all of a sudden I get this weird feeling. It's like, wait a minute, something's not right. And I'm sitting there, and there was like absolutely no wind. And I'm sitting there watching. There's little shrubs outside of some of the buildings, and they're like 3 feet tall. I'm watching these things sitting there swaying all over the place, and I'm like, there's not even any wind. And that's when I start hearing the buildings, the walls start popping and cracking and you know moving. It's like, okay, this is it. And it kept going and going and going. And the one the day before on the 4th was like 15 seconds. So it lasted a little while. This one was like twice as long. That 7.1 was like twice as long. And I was watching a live stream. I mentioned, hey, we got another quake, and then somebody typed in, it's a 4.8. And I'm like, no, no, no. This was no 4.8. This was a lot bigger. This was going to be at least what the 6.6 or 6.4. The USGS downgrades and they bounce around, but yeah, it was. I checked, and it was the 4.8 happened at 8. It's at 8:16. I think it was like 8:16 or something like that. But it was like 16 minutes after, and then at 19 minutes after, that's when the 7.1, 17 shit, the 7.1 hit. Yeah, but it's a 17 hit. It'd be like half the U.S. would be like taken out. I don't think there'd probably be a U.S. after a 17. No, we didn't lose power. Some people did. There's thousands without power, which is I mean, that's quite a big area out there, because you may have a town that only has 3,000 people in it, or 6,000 people. So when you having thousands and thousands out of power, that's a big area. Hey, Carpy, welcome. Yeah, well, California has one. I mean, California's got a lot of volcanoes. I mentioned that one in one of my explore videos when I was in the desert. I heard that there used to be like a whole bunch of volcanoes, volcanic activity out in that area, and well, we got a whole bunch of fault lines. We got several volcanoes. It's just our volcanoes here in California. Um, they've been dormant for like thousands and thousands of years. So, is that what some of this is? Because the ground, they're so shallow. Because we're used to like getting like a 5.0 that's like 20 miles deep, 25 miles deep, and then these things are like 2.5 miles deep. I haven't seen one that was less than a mile deep. Oh yeah, you never know what it's going to be. This one yesterday, I think was a rolling quake, because it was just, like I say, it went on 20 maybe 30 seconds. I was just standing there and I was wondering, it's like, this thing is not ending. Yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at now. It's like everybody here is like, is this the lead up to the big one? Because 7.1, and there's just so many continuing to go. And there's a lot of fault lines. What's this going to do to San Andreas? That's what a lot of us are like wondering. What's this going to do to San Andreas? Is this going to tip it off? Is this going to, what is this going to do? I'm going to take another look here. Let's see if this refreshes. Yeah. Okay, so we had another one. Trona, California, 3 minutes ago was a 2.5. Little Lake, California, 4 minutes ago was a 2.1. And then, okay, wait a minute. Heber, California, 5 minutes ago, 2.1. Sears Valley, 5 minutes ago, 2.3. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 in the last few minutes after, and I did it right here so you can see. Yeah, we're waiting for it, trying to brace for it. Yeah, that's just the feeling I got the first day. It's like, yeah, 17. Yeah, that sounds about normal. Like I say, I got this one set the filter, so it won't do anything less than a 2.0. So I'm just out of curiosity, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna set my filter down for a 1.0 just to see what happens. Magnitude 1.0 and above, and it adds 1 in the last 5 minutes. Caso Junction at 1.9. Mammoth Lakes is a 1.6. There was a before I went to bed, there was one like 48 miles away. It was just under a 5. I'll reset my magnitude back up. Yeah, it's like if you're on a boat in the water and you get hit by a storm, or you're out on a big lake with a lot of surface area and you have a really strong wind and the water's choppy and the boat just kind of sits there and does this. Yeah, that's what it's like, and that's what yesterday was like. That 7.1, and it just kept going and going and going and going, and I was like, is this gonna frickin' end? So that's what I'm watching for. Is this going to affect the San Andreas? All these little quakes, is this going to put a lot of pressure on the San Andreas? Is it going to kind of shake a little bit and help it snap and move? And if it does, what is it San Andreas going to be? Is it going to be, it's going to be more than a 6.5. I mean, you take that much surface area moving all at once. I was like, if you live in the city and they say, oh, try to stand in a doorway. No. Get out. Get out of that building. Get in an open area. Because if you got something on your head, you got something that can come down. And if you have a building coming down, a doorway is not going to stop it. I mean, a doorway, you're going to only have like maybe a couple of 4x4s. Instead of 2x4s, you're going to have a couple of 4x4s around you. No. That's not going to work. live chat. I hope I didn't miss anybody who's been coming in. If you come in, I didn't say hello or welcome or anything. My apologies. I've been looking at my apps. So yeah, that's what we're looking at today, guys. I'm gonna see if I can get with John, because he's got a better app than what I do. Because I was there talking to him last night, and his alerts was going off like constantly going off. But if you want to share this and get it out, stand by. I don't think there's going to be, I mean, I could be wrong, anything major today, maybe within the next week. So I mean, that's what I'm putting it. If it's going to go up, if it's going to go down, um, I'm holding for the next week before I say, okay, we're done. I think the worst is over. So I'm holding out. Make sure I got plenty of bottled water, even though a considerable ways from it. But if anybody's, if you have to drive through the mountains and everything, White Witch 10, welcome. Yeah, just watch out, because there's, rock slides. And like I said before, there's no warning. It doesn't go like, hey, okay, I'm going to start shaking in 30 seconds. So you guys, if you want to get ready, make sure you hunker everything down so nothing goes flying off the shelf. That don't happen. It just, things fly off the shelf and it goes, hello, I'm here. Yeah, I got food. I guess you call me a lightweight prepper. I got enough canned goods where I can go. I can go almost 30 days. Probably a good 3 weeks with what I got. And you could do it. Just get, go to the store. When you go to the store weekly, get 5 or 6 cans, and it can be a store brand. Cans will last for years. So I'm going to keep this phone with me, my stream phone. The San Andreas does go today. We got the quakes to the east of me, and then we'll have the San Andreas to the west. So, yeah, that's going to really, really send ripples out. Yeah, Michelle, make sure and do like, what Benny Loco says, whenever you go out in the desert, make sure you got some oil in your car. I always fill my tank up. I top my tank off every 2 days, because I drive, like almost 40 miles to work, so that's like 150 miles, 2 days, going to work and coming home. So every other day I top my tank off and keep it that way. I got a gallon of water in there. I got oil. I got antifreeze. Although I don't think there's going to be like super heavy damage in my area. If something happens down in LA and they start losing power, you're going to have a lot of people headed north. So, yeah. You're going to have, I don't think you're going to be heading right to the desert, but they'll be shooting. If they want to go to Vegas, and that's the thing, if they want to go to Vegas, there's not that many roads going out of California because we got these mountains. We'd have to go way up north to start crossing over, because all we got is like 58 and 15, and they join together and shoot out of the state. I don't know if there's anything lower than that. But we don't have very many channels in and out. We got Tehachapi. We've got up by Reno, Lake Tahoe that way. I'm not sure what's further north, but there's not a whole lot. So you get 10% of LA bugging out, you're going to have a major traffic jam. Especially if people start taking 58, because that bottlenecks into one lane each way, just outside of Barstow. So Charlie, welcome. So Benny's like, oh, I hope you got plenty of water down there, Benny, because it's hot. So if you have a lot of shifting, you can have a lot of broken water lines. Okay, you can drive again. Oh, good. So that means when I come up there in September, and that's one thing I'm going to want to check out. Those places that I did the explore, especially that one house where I felt that energy, but only in a certain area. I want to see if that's still standing. I mean, it should. It was pretty solid, but there was one building out there that all you could see was a roof laying on top of a flat concrete foundation. I have no idea what the building was. Oh, you're coming up this way? Awesome. Good to go in the car department, so yeah, you can get out of there if you have to. Yeah, but that's one thing, like I was saying, guys, as far as like an earthquake, you do not have warning, so it's hard to set up like, okay, this is going to be our shelter if, neighborhoods get damaged, and because the shelter could go down. Oh yeah. I'm sure there's, as far as like the paranormal activity out there right now, I'm sure it's probably on a 10 scale, it's probably around a 20 with all that energy being released. And I was talking, it's like that's why some of us were feeling really, really dizzy during that first quake. And I felt different this last one, but the first one, I was a little bit closer to it, and even though it was weaker, I could that's why I started feeling like I did. I was getting that energy. And just make sure you got live stream capabilities, and you leave exactly where you're going to be, because you got cracks developing, so you don't want to get out there in the desert and you start getting some cracks, and then you got to go cross country for half a mile to safely get around it, even if it is one of those roads. Those things are, oh shit. When it says unmaintained road, yeah, they mean unmaintained. Hey Carol, welcome. So that's what we got going so far right now. Like I said, if you guys want to share this out, if you're new to the channel, appreciate subscribing, hitting that thumbs up. Oh, you know it. I'm gonna check. We're gonna check for an update here. See what I can tell you. There hasn't been anything major, but it's like, yeah, I've been more here. I'm trying to see where. I'm not even sure where it's left off. 4 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, 7, 8, 9, 9 minutes ago. Uh, 2 quakes 10 minutes ago. Another one 12 minutes ago. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 minutes. 2 17 minutes ago. So, and that's how it's been the whole time. So if you get an app and you see there's a break in there where it goes like 30 minutes where there's none, that's the USGS turning their seismic stuff off. The Weird Desk, welcome. I think that's what it said. Yeah. Welcome, welcome. And that's the problem with just about any app you're going to get, any earthquake alert app. This one, the thing I like about it only asks for the GPS. It doesn't want to know, it doesn't want access to your camera. It doesn't want access to your microphone. It doesn't want access to your contacts. It just let us use your GPS so we can give you the distance and use the filters. So, and I did drop the filter on this once to a little bit ago to a magnitude 1.0. It only added a couple earthquakes, so everything is basically 2.0 or above. And as you can see, it's like almost every minute there's a quake. It takes a few minutes for them to get the stuff back in, to register it and put the information in, the depth and all that. So you're not going to see anything 1 or 2 minutes ago. Yeah, Benny Loco is just crazy. Everybody knows it. Everybody accepts it, and she accepts everybody. Let's see. Let me bring it back up. This is one of the first ones that come up. It is called Earthquake Alert. It was one of the first ones. It was a 4.4, 4.5 rating. Okay, we do have one 2 minutes ago now. 2.4, another 2.4. The first one's 2.5 miles below, 4.9 miles below, 5 miles. 5 miles, that's back in there, 5.2 miles. Those are all 2.0s or better. So I just keep watching that. And I'm going to say probably within the next 48 hours, there's going to be another 6.0 or better. There. TJ, welcome. Nick, welcome. Yeah, I'm going to keep a watch on this. But like I said, that's the thing. No matter what app you're going to get, it's going to be connected to the USGS. So there's going to be only so much they can do. I know there's other systems. I'm not sure what they are. I really haven't been keeping up with that. I just usually used a website in the past, but it's like they were getting yeah, I'd say in the northern part of the, I'm in the Central Valley. If you take and turn to the west, or no, sorry, the west, turn to the east and face east over the mountain ranges, um, that's the direction that they're coming from. Maybe just a, maybe just a hair to the south. So these big ones that we're feeling, it's shaking everything, is coming through a mountain range, and we're still feeling it. Yeah, Tulare County. So, I mean, driving it would take a while to get there because I'd have to drive south. No damage here yet. Now I think if this stuff, Vicky, welcome. Oh, see what the hell is going on here. I'm getting a whole bunch of alerts. I don't know if it's just this is a new phone, so I'm not sure what. I was trying to get to where okay, it says refresh. Okay, yeah. Another one 4 minutes ago. But as I was saying, this is like all at the mercy of the USGS. So if they want to shut their stuff down, show like nothing's going on. Yeah, well, that's the thing. There's several faults going off, and that's why I'm wondering about the San Andreas. I'm not sure exactly how far. I think I'm closer. Might be closer to the San Andreas, but the San Andreas, there's no mountain range between between that and here. So if this keeps putting pressure on it and it goes, it's gonna be there's gonna be ugly because there's a lot of larger population towns along that. I'm gonna try to go back here. Yeah, I used to have a big old beard that went with it, but I had to shave that off. And that was a full faced, and not the one where you keep it trimmed short. It was like, I mean, not a ZZ Top beard, but it was, I mean, like so. When you get real far south, you have a lot of big town. You don't have a lot of big town here. If I actually did a video to work, you see a little bit of freeway. Then when I get out on the long freeway that I take, you're gonna see you'll see corn, you'll see trees. I mean, just I can drive for like 20 minutes, and all you're seeing is kind of no towns, no nothing. You'll see a little corner store along the freeway, and it'll look so lonely sitting out there because it's like there's nothing but fields all the way around, and then you'll have this little store with like 5 cars in front of it, and the building looks like it was built in the 1930s. Oh, I'm sure Charlie, Vicky, I'm sure I've already said it, but welcome if I didn't. If I did, then I just said it twice. Yeah, it's like it would not even. It's so long. Even if it was like lower than a 6.5, you're still going to have a lot of crap because it's just so long. That's why I was saying earlier, it's like, earlier in this stream, it's like if that does it, I mean, you can have easily have 15,000 square miles of just massive, I mean, every square inch is going to be moving. Which I think would be bigger, more than that, because if it's like just 800 miles long, that's going to be more like maybe 100,000 square miles, 150,000 square miles. That's going to make it the big one. Purple Paisley Planner. I'll just call you Purple. Welcome. No, that's just where the populations are. And if you actually ever really go down south, there's areas that's like, I kid you not, it's like you walk down the sidewalk at night because that's where the homeless gather in certain areas, and you couldn't walk down. You'd be stepping on people. Cascadia, yeah. So that's what my wonder is. What are all these doing to what kind of pressure are they putting on that? I mean, gonna, the smaller ones, all that shifting, be putting more pressure on it because the waves are going out that way. The waves are going out that way. What's going to happen if that goes? Because odds are that's not going to be, just start to be slow. That's going to probably be a more of a snap start. Because some of them will start. They'll start, and it'll be kind of like slow, so you really don't even feel it. And then all of a sudden it builds up, and because some of the ones going yesterday, they were watching they looked at some of the seismos, and they were going for like 40 minutes before they really shot up to like the 7.1. We felt it for like 30 seconds, but it had been going for so long, just at a smaller wave pattern. The San Andreas, I think if it goes, it's going to be, you might get a couple minutes, and then it snaps. It's going to be a big one. We might get lucky, and it could be a smaller one that helps relieve a little bit of the pressure, but it's still going to be there. It's not going to be over unless it really, really rocks. Chills TV, welcome. Yeah, it's going to be some, yeah. If the San Andreas goes, it's going to be, what do they call that? State of emergency? A disaster zone or something, I don't know, whatever. Those politicians, I don't know, they do their shit. But it's going to be bad. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm getting. I mean, all these ones that are going off. I think the deepest one was 10, but everything's like 2 miles deep. I'll even see if I can update this here. Yeah, 3 minutes ago it was 2.9 miles. 4 minutes ago there was one 3 miles. 5 minutes ago there was a 3 mile. 6 minutes ago 5.7. 7 minutes ago 2.5. 9 minutes ago it was only 1.3 miles deep. 13 minutes ago, 1.1 mile deep. So these aren't really deep quakes. 15 minutes ago, 6.1 miles deep. And that's the deepest one I see. 6.1 miles. 1.7, 1.6, 3.1, 1.1. They're not deep quakes. So there's going to be a lot. That's probably why it's helping open the earth up so much. But that's pretty much. It's still going on, so a lot. You're not gonna. The news might be covering a little bit. It's probably because we had a 6.4 one day, and then a 7.1 yesterday. Would have been the next day. This is day 3. What's going to happen day 3? So you're gonna just gonna be dying down on the news. They're not gonna be telling you there's 40 or 50 quakes every hour in the Southern California area. I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and wind this down. So I do have to go to work today, so I'm going to charge this phone back up, make sure I keep my phones charged. I'll probably take an extra power brick to work with me. And I got the truck, got a big battery right there. That was just my imagination. But you guys have a great day. If anything happens more, we start getting more 4.0s, closer to 5.0, because that was going on last night. I mean, it was going on, 4.8, 4.5. They're down to 2s and 3s for the most part now, but they're still just as frequent. And like I say, anytime we could get another 7.1, we get a 7.5. And I think if the San Andreas starts to slip a little bit and send some waves out, I think it's going to be close to a 7.5 or higher. I don't think it's not going to be the one that, California's not going to slide off into the ocean. It's just going to be a whole bunch of big cracks in the ground. So, keep everybody out in the desert in your prayers. People have lost their homes, they've lost their power. And it's hot today, so no power means all they've got is any drinking water that they may have stored up in a jug, because I don't think there's a whole lot of Irish, anything, a whole bunch of resources being sent out there yet. Thanks, Benny. So you guys have a good one. I would say keep your ears to the ground, but yeah, just make sure you keep your feet planted firmly on the ground. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Everyone, try to sleep well, especially in the state. And until next time, stay safe.